Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to be testing out Jason Woo's new beauty slash makeup line. I have 6 products I picked up from the line that seem to be really popular and seem to have really good reviews, and on top of that they all look really good, and the colors, the finishes, the textures seem to be like perfect for fall. You guys can probably tell I love fall, so this is just a very exciting makeup line slash a couple of products that I'm going to be testing out today. So anyway, without further ado, we are going to be jumping right into this video, and I hope you guys enjoy this one. Alright, so first thing we're going to be testing out today is this Hot Fluff Lipstick, and this is actually a multi-use stick technically, because you can use this not just on your lips but also your cheeks and even your eyes. And I really like the idea of something like this because you can theoretically create this beautiful monochromatic look with just this one product. By the way, the packaging is absolutely beautiful here. It's a very kind of like a minimalistic modern look to it, and I really love it, and I especially love it for fall. I know I'm like going overboard with fall here, but I love fall and I'm going to make the most of it this season. All right, here we go. I honestly don't know if this is like the right way of doing it. I don't remember the last time I used a lipstick as my blush. I guess we're gonna find out. So far it seems to be actually pretty good. Of course, I have acne underneath that I spent a good amount of time covering up, so me doing this right now is uncovering the acne, but that is why I have hair. That is why I'm going to pull my hair forward when I'm done with this. All right, we've got blush on this cheek and then no blush on this cheek. Okay, I'm gonna stop before this look just gets to be too much. It might already be going that way. But overall, I would say this seems to be like a decent cream blush so far. I like that it's, again, the same color that's gonna be on my lips and cheeks. That always looks really nice on me. This seems to be going on pretty easily. I don't see anything that's too difficult to work with or anything like that. The color is really, I think, nice, and overall, kind of like it so far. Okay, so next I have what do I have? I have a powder to test out. This one was kind of expensive. I think it was the most expensive thing I got, but it does have some skincare ingredients here. It has vitamin C and rosehip oil. I didn't necessarily get it because of that, but what that tells me is maybe it's a higher quality ingredient profile here. Wow. Ingredient profile, hello. All right, so this is the powder. This feels and looks very chic. Like, oh, a fashion designer designed it. It makes total sense because the packaging just like screams fashion to me. I did see that the powder has woo on it, and then when you like puff it out, you have that imprint on the puff. Oh, it's not as dramatic as I thought it would be. Okay, well, this was my attempt at imprinting the initials here, but I'm just gonna give up on that because really that's really not a big deal, you know. As much as I love the puff, I'm gonna put this aside because I'm gonna use a brush. That way I can really get to know the powder because that's what I normally use. But this powder, what I can say right off the bat is it's very fine. A little goes a long way. So even though the powder is a little bit pricey, it's like $17 or $18, which it's definitely up there for a drugstore product, but a little goes a long way. So if the powder does work for you, it will work for you for a long time. The only downside is, I mean, you already know that getting into this, is that this is a loose powder, so it's gonna be a little bit messy, but you do have a generous size packaging here with a generous size lid, and I can see myself using this on a daily basis and not being like, oh, it's a hassle, it's gonna get all over everything. All right, so this is the powdered side, unpowdered side. Honestly, this powder looks like I'm not wearing powder, but it does mattify my skin. So yes, I really like it so far. I do want to obviously like just see how it sinks into my skin and how things go on top of it. Other than that, I'm very impressed. Like, first impressions, but I'm very impressed. All right, so next we're going to be testing out this product. It's called Brows Before Boys. This is not just a brow product, it's also a hairline product. It has 3 colors, which is great because you can really kind of like mix and match and find the perfect color. Let's go ahead and test this out in the hairline first. And here we go. Okay, not a lot of kickback. Seems to be like a really finely pressed powder, which is great. Oh, Okay, I'm glad I didn't go with the darker color. That would definitely be, I think, a little bit too dark for me. This color was great. I'm obviously not sure what I'm doing because this is my first time ever trying to fill in my hairline. All right, so hairline, we did it. I honestly don't know if I'm doing it right. This is, again, my first time. I'm kind of new to this whole thing. This was pretty easy to work with. I do think I went a little bit too far down in here, but it seems to be kind of in there now. So we'll just leave it. But as far as filling in the hairline, this seemed to be like a really good powder. It's very thin, like very fine. There's not a lot of fallout. It seems to kind of like disappear into the hair, the skin. So for this purpose, I really like it. I will give you a quick tip. You probably want to go with a lighter color than you think. Like I went with this one, and this one was the perfect, I think, hairline shading. I thought this would be the right color. I think it would be way too dark. So go with maybe a color that you think is a little bit too light, and that's probably going to be the perfect color. Overall, I like it for that. I am going to be testing this out for my brows right now because that is probably how I'm going to be using this most often. Okay, I'm going to start with the lightest color. It kind of reminds me of the Anastasia Beverly Hills powder a little bit, which I really like that one. Hold on, let's compare colors. So this is Anastasia Beverly Hills Powder Duo Taupe. They're not exactly the same, but there's definitely some similarities here. And then this right here is the blonde Anastasia Beverly Hills. Obviously you get more here and it's cheaper, so I'm gonna go with the lightest color here. I always think the lighter color in brow products is way too light, but that's often the color I need to go with. Like this just seems so light, doesn't it? But like it is giving me, I think, a really nice amount of color that's darker than what I would imagine it to be like. And that is how we structured that sentence. Was it good? No. Are we gonna redo it? No. I don't know how this necessarily works with these two because it seems like there's a big gap, but maybe it's a good thing because like if these two are just like a wash of color, this could be like your depth of color maybe. I really like that color for my brows. You know, I was almost not gonna get this product and now I think I'm obsessed. All right, I am back with brows on, and I will say that I really like this product a lot. So far, we're on a very good track. I was thinking like all the products I've so far tried. Anyway, so next we're gonna be trying out this product here. This is, I'm holding it upside down. This is Woo Prime Eye Eye Primer. This seems to be highly rated, and I don't know, for some reason, eye primers aren't really that exciting to try, but for some reason this one just felt like it was kind of cool and different enough. Maybe the packaging, but I'm nonetheless excited to try it out. I like this applicator here. It's a very sculptural in a way. I don't know. I'm telling you, it looks like a fashion designer designed this line. Interesting. It looks very creamy. It feels very creamy as well. Okay, a little goes a long way with this. Like, I mean, a little dollop is all you need for both eyes, I guess. All right, so it takes a little bit of time to like blend this in. The eyeshadow primer feels a little bit tacky, but also like moisturizing. Like if I didn't know this was an eyeshadow primer and I just felt it, I would think I had like some sort of like a night cream on my eyes. All right, the eyeshadow primer is on. I'm going to go ahead and break into something I'm super excited to test out, which is the eyeshadow palette. Target had 3 color options. One was all matte, which was very cool. One was called Prickly Pear, which that one had pretty much all shimmery ones except for one matte color in the middle. And then Desert Rose is the one that has like a balance. It has 3 matte ones and 3 shimmery ones, and this is the one I picked up. Also, the colors here seem to be very like light and slightly warm, so it's perfect for fall, kind of like a very nice fall look. All right, here is what the palette looks like. Well, the shimmery colors seem to have a little bit of glitter fallout, which is not something I like because it falls down on my cheeks, and then I have large pores on my cheeks, and that tends to kind of like stick there and highlight the large pores on my cheeks. But the matte colors do seem to be really nice, so I'm going to start with the matte ones first. We're going to go ahead and start with the lighter color here just to kind of put this all over the lid. All right, I'm gonna move on to the slightly darker color and try to add this in the crease here. I like the matte colors a lot so far. The shimmery ones I just tested on my wrist and they may be a little bit problematic for me, but the matte ones here are so far really nice. They're very fine. There's not a lot of fallout here. They seem to have good color payoff. They blend very easily, so The matte ones seem to be a hit with me. If the shimmery one doesn't work out, maybe I'll just get the all matte palette. Ooh, coming out pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna take this one here, the slightly neutral color. The one thing I'll say is you won't be able to create like a ton of different looks with this, I don't think. You kind of can, but not really. I mean, like the colors are somewhat similar, but they also go together, which is really nice. I'm gonna add a little bit of darkness underneath my eyes here. And I do feel like the primer seems to be like helping, not with the color payoff necessarily, maybe that too, but it seems to be helping with how easy it is to blend the color. The moment of truth is here. We are going to test out the shimmery colors. I already knew I was gonna like the matte ones. They went on like a dream. Beautiful, gorgeous formulation here. Probably the same formulation as the brow product. It seems similar. The shimmery colors seem to have chunky glitter that's not very sticky, so that's a problem potentially, but I'm not gonna judge it before I even try it, even though I'm kind of doing that now. But ooh, you can see my brow. Let me move my hair back. All right, there's not really a lot of like kickback, not as much as I thought there would be based on how much glitter fell off my arm, but okay, it is beautiful. So this is not the kind of shimmery color that's like very even and metallic-y. It's kind of like uneven a little bit, and it's chunkier glitter in here. All right, so there's definitely glitter fallout with this one here. What happens is once the glitter sticks to my face, it like sticks to it, like it does not come off. I don't know why. So you know what I'm gonna say about this one. It does have fallout and I don't like it. I have two products to test out that are meant for lips. One you already know about, another one you don't, and this is a lip liner pencil Stay in Line. This looks to me like a high-end lip liner, but without the high-end lip liner price tag. Let me go ahead and apply this. And by the way, my color here that I got is called Woo Me, which I thought was so clever. I had to try it out. Okay, it feels a little bit like, honestly, like a lipstick, but in the lip liner. I don't know how I feel about the formula here. I don't think it's a bad one, and there's a good amount of color payoff. It's fairly easy to work with it. My only thing is it seems to be grabbing onto dryness and texture around my lips and then on my lips, like here. Like it's just kind of grabbing onto it and not making my lips look really great. I don't know. It kind of almost feels like a matte lipstick, but in a lip liner form. So I'm not sure about this one, but I am going to put this aside and move on to the lipstick. And this is something I already used on my cheeks, but I am going to go ahead and use this on my lips now. And the color here is called Eclair, which, by the way, love eclairs, like one of my favorite desserts. Hold on, I gotta figure out my application out. First of all, the color is beautiful for fall as well. This feels nice and creamy, but it's matte as well. It feels a little bit drying kind of on the lips, but not like so drying that it sucks like the life out of your lips, but it does feel a little bit like, I know it's a matte lipstick that's going on my lips, but it doesn't actually make my lips look that bad, but I am noticing some wrinkles. Look at how wrinkly my lips are now. I would say right off the bat, you're gonna have to either have a lip liner or just have a lip brush to kind of smooth out and soften the edges, because I'm having trouble making it look very nice, as you can probably tell. But it's easily spreadable, so that's good. So you don't really have to worry about it like kind of sticking in place. I really like this color though. It's a really, really pretty color. I guess overall I do kind of like it, but you just have to know that the application may be a little bit tricky in the outline area, and it's not the most like hydrating formula. It feels a little bit drying on the lips. I do love the color though, and I do like the formula. It seems to like be nice on the lips, other than the fact that it's drying. So I guess like if you're very curious, it might be worth a try, because I do see a lot of positive things about this lip product, but like I said, there are a couple of negative things that I'm just noticing as I'm trying it out for the first time. So overall, I would say that this line definitely has quality in it. I can see the love and the care and the design that went into creating these products, even the ones that didn't work for me. I don't have this sense of like, what were they thinking? Like, who would this ever work for? You know what I mean? Like those those products, this is none of that. Like even the products that didn't necessarily work for me, I can see how they would work for other people, or how if you are willing to put in a little bit more effort, you can really create a beautiful look here. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and end this video and wish you a very good rest of your day whenever you're watching this, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.